Let's move to the first one. The idea that the universe is composed only by matter or physical force. This is very, very often assumed that science implies a materialist, reductionist view of the universe, of human beings, of life. The point is that we need first to think what is science. Science actually is a method of investigation. It's a kind of rational investigation of the universe based on empirical data, based on observation. It's the rational analysis of controlled observation in a rational way and in a community of scholars. This is basically a very short definition of the scientific enterprise. And the scientific enterprise should be to be truly scientific, non-dogmatic, open-minded, and free inquiry. So this non-dogmatic, open-minded, and free inquiry should be in the base of science. But people sometimes make some confusion between science as this rational investigation of empirical data with some metaphysical assumptions that are necessary in science. Actually, to perform science, we need some metaphysical assumptions. By metaphysical assumptions, I mean some assumptions that cannot be proved or disproved, but that are necessary to perform, for example, science. For example, one idea is that the universe is understandable. It's rationally understandable. Because if we don't think that the universe is understandable, there is no meaning in performing science. Because science is exactly the search, the quest for understanding how the universe works. The second metaphysical assumption, also essential in science, is that there are fixed natural laws. The idea that there are natural laws that are fixed are essential to scientific replication. I assume that I can replicate a study here in Brazil, in China, United States, in South Africa, wherever in the world, and even in the universe. The natural laws should be the same. So these two ideas, that the universe is understandable and there are fixed natural laws, are metaphysical assumptions. It's okay to have them, but they are necessary to perform science as we understand nowadays. And there is, and just a comment is very important, that some people, there are several scholars that claim that these metaphysical assumptions were rooted in religious idea. Because if a rational God creates the universe, he created the universe in a rational way, in an understandable way, and this, as God is perfect, there would be natural, divine laws that are fixed, immutable. So there is a lot of discussion on this, but some authors, some good scholars claim that these metaphysical assumptions for modern science have actually religious roots. But now what's very important to us here regarding this first myth is that what is the fundamental stuff of universe? Some people believe that the fundamental stuff of the universe is matter. Everything is explained by matter. That's called materialist monism. That is, on one substance, one stuff in the universe, and the substance is matter. But this is only one possibility. It's okay to have this metaphysical assumption to perform a scientific investigation. But there are other possibilities, like, for example, there are two fundamental stuff in the universe, matter and mind. This is called dualism, for example. Some people believe that matter and mind are two irreducible aspects of the universe. And the interaction of matter and mind produce everything that we have in the universe. This is another metaphysical assumption. There are many other possibilities about assumptions on the metaphysical assumption, metaphysical ideas about what is the ultimate composition of the universe. Okay. And what is important here is to see that sometimes some of these metaphysical assumptions are assumed as scientific facts. For example, the idea that the universe is only matter and is senseless, purposeless, and chaotic universe, for example. This is an ideology, and worldview that is assumed as scientific fact. This has been called as materialist scientism. Materialist scientism does exactly this. It extrapolates science and conflates an ideology, a worldview, a cosmology with scientific data, and presenting a worldview and an ideology as a scientific fact. So the materialist scientism claims that anything beyond materialism is superstition and anti-scientific. So it becomes actually an anti-scientific dogmatism, because it does not allow discussion of different possibilities. And based on this, there is also that conflation that I talked previously between scientific explanation and materialist explanation. So the first point here is we need to differentiate science as a method and the ideology of materialist scientism. What the science does is to explain how the universe works. It's a mistake to conflate the worldview and ideology with science.